This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to be here helping you with learning to play the guitar. This is lesson 7 in this series that is all about jazz guitar. We love jazz guitar. In this lesson, we're going to work on 2 different shapes for playing dominant 7th arpeggios. So, super important as we start learning to improvise over dominant 7th chords. We've got to be able to play over them with just the chord tones first, and then we can start learning other techniques. So in this lesson, we're going to take a look at these 2 shapes, which are really, I think, the easiest and best ones to start with for playing jazz on the guitar. So we'll just dive right in here. Now, in the last couple of lessons, we've worked on this sort of thing with the major 6 arpeggios. These are really similar. We're going to go through the same format. If you haven't seen those lessons, then you may want to check out those lessons. But here we are in lesson 7 doing the dominant 7th chord. Now, if you did see the last one, you'll notice there's only 1 note difference between playing the major 6 arpeggios and the dominant 7th arpeggios. And that is that we're putting in the flatted 7th instead of the 6th. So when we had the 6th here in the lower root, now we're going to be having the flatted 7th instead, which is just 1 fret higher. So up here on the board, same as we did with the major 6 chords, we've got a form that has the root on the 6th string, and then we have a form that has a root, and I should say lowest root, on the 5th string. And these correlate. This is easy to find because they correlate with the chord shapes that we're working on. These notes in the chord shapes come right out of these shapes here of our arpeggios. We just have more notes filling in other octaves, and sometimes we have more than 1 note on a string, which we don't have when we actually finger the chords. So if we take a look at this first one first, when I say first one, the 6th string form first. So I'm going to do this in C, and we're just going to do the bottom half here, so the first octave. I've got my middle finger on that C note, which is at the 8th fret of the 6th string, and then I'm going to go index at the 7th fret, pinky at the 10th, and then I'm grabbing for now with my middle finger at the 8th fret to play the flatted 7th, which is 1 fret higher than where the 6th was, and then I've got my root with the pinky at the 10th fret on that string. So just get that much down. Then if we take a look at the top part, which is the top octave, if I'm going to stick my ring finger actually on this one right here, put my ring finger on that root, and if you've been in the last couple lessons, it's super easy to find. 2 strings, 2 frets higher than the lower root. Put my ring finger there, and I've got ring, middle, index as I play that little triad shape. 3, 2, 1. And then I've got to reach 3 frets higher for that flatted 7th, which again is 1 fret higher than where the 6th would be. And with this shape, I have an octave on top, a root octave on top. So get comfortable with that higher octave, and let's put the 2 octaves together. Now, as I finger both octaves, I go middle, index, pinky, and then I grab this note with my index finger to facilitate moving to that one with my ring finger, which is easier for improvisation and easier just to finger this because we got to reach with our pinky here. So I go middle, index, pinky, and then I grab index, so I shift up to that 8th fret with my index, and then ring, middle, index, pinky, and then I've got on top. Make sure I'm not blocking that diagram at all. So get comfortable playing through that shape. As we did with the major 6 chords, it's really great once you're kind of comfortable with it to take it through chromatically along the 6th string. So if we start down in the key of G, or we're playing a G7 chord, I should say, we're going to be playing the arpeggio for G7 chord. My middle finger's on that G, 3rd fret, 6th string, and we can play through it there. And then we'd move up a fret and do it, and so on. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ret, and. Then we're going to go up a fret. G sharp or A flat, now up to A. Now up to B flat or A sharp. Then we're going to go up to B. C. We're going to go up to C sharp or D flat. Then we're going to go up to D. Stop there. Most of the time we kind of spend our time between root on the thirds at the 3rd fret, root on the 10th fret, but we can go higher, and you're welcome to. I'm not going to do it here in this lesson. You can practice all the way up to the entire range, as high as you can go on your guitar if you'd like to. Just won't do it here. Let's look at the 5th string formed together. So starting in the key of C, which has my middle finger at the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Now our root's on the 5th string. The bottom octave is the same as the bottom octave of the 6th string, only we are 1 fret lower, or 1 string higher for each of them. So if I start with my middle finger there, I've got index at the 2nd fret and pinky at the 5th fret on the next string, and then for now I've got my middle finger at the 3rd fret and my pinky at the 5th fret on that 3rd string, and I've got that lower octave. Now in the higher octave, for now I'm going to put my ring finger on this pitch, that higher root, 2 frets higher, 2 strings higher. Skip over a fret, skip over a string, and we find that higher root. And it starts out ring, ring in the 5th fret, index catches that 3rd fret, and pinky catches that 6th fret for that flat at 7th. So just get used to that. We don't have a higher root there. We'd have to jump up and be in a different form to do it, which we could. And I could come down through the one we were just doing actually. But getting used to that, and let's put the whole thing together. So as I do, I'm going to go middle, index, pinky, and then I'm going to shift up again, put my index on that 3rd fret, on that 3rd string, grab that higher root with my ring finger, and play that top part the way we just did. Coming back down, my pinky goes to that 5th fret, index to that 2nd fret, middle finger. So get comfortable with that shape. And then we'll take it up the neck chromatically together here so we can practice it. So go 1, 2, ret, and we're starting with C. C sharp or D flat. Then we're going to go up to D. Then up to D sharp or E flat. Then up to E. Then up to F. F sharp or G flat. Then up to G. Okay, so once we can do that, once you can play through those chromatically, we want to take it around the circle of force. We've done this in previous lessons, but I have it written up here on the board as a reminder. So we go C to F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, C. That's something that just becomes ingrained. So much music works through this, as we know, if you've been watching and going through these videos as part of this lesson series. So we're going to take and do the 6th string form starting at the C, 8th fret, 6th string, and then we're going to go to the F, that is at the 8th fret of the 5th string, then down to B flat at the 6th fret of the 6th string, E flat, 6th fret, 5th string, A flat, 4th fret, 6th string, D flat, 4th fret, 5th string. Then we jump up to G flat, that's at the 9th fret of that 5th string, down to B, which is at the 7th fret of the 6th string, E is at the 7th fret of the the 5th string, A is at the 5th fret of the 6th string, D is at the 5th fret of the 5th string, G is at the 3rd fret of the 6th string, C is at the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So we're going to do this shape and then we'll go to that shape. Great exercise. So we do this like 1, 2, ready, and... F, then B flat, then E flat, then A flat, then D flat, then up to G flat. Then to B, then E, then A, then D, then G, and then C again. Just like that. And as I've mentioned in lesson 5, we worked on the major 6 chords. It's important to learn these slow at whatever tempo you need to play them accurately accurately. Then as you get more comfortable and speed up that tempo, get them so you can play them as fast as you can accurately. But laying it down at a slow tempo, nice and accurate without fumbling through it, will help create sort of those super highways through our system between our brain telling us to play something, telling us how to play something, sending it down our nervous system to our fingertips so we actually do play it. The more we play it slow, in control, in an accurate way, the more we create freeways for our system to run through as we start speeding up those tempos and playing them fast. So you want to learn those, get those down, those dominant seventh arpeggios. In the next lesson, we're going to improvise over dominant seventh chords, kind of like we did in the last lesson with major sixth chords. So we'll have a backing track, work on some improv techniques with these dominant seventh chords. It's going to be great. I'll see you next time. Take care. Keep having fun playing that guitar, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.